Bradford Loomis from Lineage Artistry here, where we post videos every week to help empower your artistry. So today we are going to set up a Logitech c920 webcam, and we're going to go through how to tweak the settings because the default settings aren't very good. All right, let's dive in. Once you've downloaded the software for the c920, load that up and you'll see something like this. So we're going to go into the settings here because you can tell this looks pretty washed out and kind of ridiculous. So we're going to click this little icon in the top left hand corner, and that's going to expand to give us this menu. Now I went right to the video camera, which is the fourth icon down. See that there. And we're going to want to go into resolution, click on that little radio and select landscape full HD. That's going to give us an upgrade in quality right away. Now the next thing we're going to go to is FPS, or frames per second. Mine was set to 24. I'm going to want to set that to 30. That's the most I can get on this camera. It's a little bit older, but it's going to be a whole lot better than 24 frames per second. So we set that to 30. Actions when I'm moving are going to look a little bit less choppy, and that's going to be better. So once we have that all set, we're going to go up to the source number 1, which is the box with number 1 in it, in the top left hand corner. And we are going to make sure that our priority is set to frame rate over exposure, because again, you want the video to be as smooth as possible. Choppy is bad and hard to watch. Okay, so now that we have that set, we're going to go down to autofocus. We're going to click that off. We're going to customize it and then drag that all the way down. This camera focuses actually pretty well, so we don't even need that to be on. Then we're going to go to auto white balance, and immediately you see all that color come right in there. I have mine set to 4667. You can see me dialing that in there right there. It's a little tricky to do, but we have more to do. It's going to look better, I promise. So anytime you're dialing something in, if you're not familiar with that term, what it means is you're literally turning the dial until the settings that you want show up. Okay, does that make sense? So as we go into this next category here, I'm going to show you what my settings are, but yours will probably be different because you're in a different room with different lighting, and all of that makes a very big difference. Okay, so we're going to start in the top left corner here. This little sun symbol, that is brightness. Okay, so I have mine set to 90. That worked pretty well for me, and they all work in coordination with each other. So moving on to the next icon to the left, that's contrast. Okay, so I dialed my contrast to 112, and that made a pretty big difference. Now the next one is sharpness. You can see once I set this here, and I like mine at 205, the image is going to get a lot crispier. Now you can play with this, and you can see it looks pretty ridiculous when you go from one end to the other. The next one is saturation. Now, saturation for me in this room with this lighting, I like it at 100, and that seems to be not too bright, but not too washed out either. So those are my settings. Now the next things down here you can get into a little bit, but chroma keys for setting your green screen. And I really don't use the functionality on those other ones very much at all. So thanks for watching. If this video was helpful, go ahead and give it a like. And if you have any kind of questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'll get through those as quickly as I can. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that bell so you get notified when I put out a new video, which I do every week. See you next week.